This is a podcast from Partnerships for Wellbeing.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Ways to Wellbeing, coming to you from our penthouse studio in Wells Street in Inverness.
Yeah, here in the heart of the Highland capital.
Well, you say that, but it's not quite the heart. I don't think it's the heart. It's, where are we? We're down by Aldi, by Friar Bridge. That's where we are.
That's one way of describing it. You could have said we're alongside the beautiful River Ness.
We could have said that, and you can just about see the river. If I was to stick my neck out of the window and crank it round to the right, I could see the river.
Probably not advised by health and safety.
And not with you behind me, no. Anyway, you're Nicola Mackenzie.
And you are Jeff Tazinski.
I am. And in a few moments, we're going to be talking about those many delights of Inverness with a great friend of our charity, Grace Nicoll, who's made a video about the city for the BBC, and it's gained, I was just looking at the moment, gained over 95,000 views already just in the space of a few days. And she's also going to be talking about something special she's got lined up for a few weeks hence. But before we get to it, we ourselves have had quite a busy week.
We have, yeah. We've been getting ready to launch the Cheery Book Club, which is launching in April the 4th, Monday, April the 4th. That's exciting, isn't it? Because we've just secured our venue for it. McGregor's Bar and Restaurant have a little cafe, the Wee Cafe, on Academy Street in Inverness, and they have kindly offered us that space to host the book club.
It's brilliant because Joe and Bruce at McGregor's, they're also great friends of our charity here. And the book club, now I should explain, we have done extensive research on what people want from a book club, and by that I mean I asked my wife. And what she was looking for is something quite informal, where books that aren't too highbrow, shall we say. She goes through about 3 books a week, with the possibility of a glass of wine. And so that's what we're doing. And it's really about making friends.
Yeah, we want it to be a real social thing, don't we? Come along, have a laugh, have a blether, and of course talk about books. And yeah, it's going to be great.
If you want to be part of that introductory night on the 4th of April at 6 o'clock at McGregor's Wee Cafe, contact Nicola at p4w.org.uk, or there's details on our website and our Facebook page as well. Or look out for our fantastic posters with your face. And
who knew I was going to pose for puffins when I started this job?
There you are, reading books to puffins for some reason. And also this week we got a new car.
Yeah, we had the opportunity to look at our new car, didn't we? That is a wheelchair accessible car, so that is just brilliant because there's such a demand for that at the moment. And not only is it wheelchair accessible, but it can also take 2 passengers alongside the wheelchair, so that's great, isn't it? Because it's inclusive.
It was very important to us that it wasn't an antisocial kind of vehicle, where the wheelchair passenger was just in the back.
Yeah, exactly.
Couldn't be a friend with them.
Yeah.
And very few taxis in Inverness available now with wheelchair access as well.
We just seem to be getting inundated with calls of people inquiring if we do have a wheelchair accessible vehicle, and now that we do, it's just brilliant. We can't wait to get it on the road.
So that car has to be taxed, insured, all the stuff. We should be on the road with it middle of April.
Yeah, middle of April will be good to go.
All going well. Look forward to that. And we got a lovely message from someone down your way.
We did. Locardo and Drummond Community Council have very kindly offered to donate to our charity because they've really resonated with our message and what we do, and they want to help out in any way they can, so that's brilliant.
And any donation at this point is really useful for us, no matter how small, no matter how big, because it's all really going to fuel the cars, to pay for fuel for the cars.
Yeah, it's just so expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, and to keep those cars on the road, 3 cars now, we need the fuel, and also
we need volunteer drivers, please.
We need volunteer drivers. So you can drive your own car, and we'll pick up the costs of that, or you can drive one of our 3 cars now.
Yep.
And we're really desperate for volunteers for Fridays.
Yes, Fridays do seem to be a problem. We can't really get volunteers for a Friday, but honestly, any day, if you can spare half a day once every fortnight or every week, just please do get in touch because we'd love to have you.
So much of what goes on in Inverness relies on the kindness of volunteers. And I think that message of kindness in Inverness is something that was picked up in Grace Nicoll's video, which she talked about how we all look after each other. Hopefully we can join Grace now. Grace, are you there with us?
Hello, thank you for having me.
First of all, congratulations on your the success of that BBC Social video. It's going wild, isn't it?
I know, I didn't expect it to pick up as much as it has. I thought it would get a good few likes from people across the area and that would be it. But I think as of today, it's about, 90-odd thousand views, which is just insane.
Wow. Yeah, that's brilliant. Have you had people saying to you, oh, you've missed out this or you've missed out that? You know, people telling you what they love about Inverness as well?
Yes and no. It was a hard one because for the BBC Social, I was asked to maybe try and highlight some things that younger people might want to see if they were to visit the Highland capital. So a lot of people were maybe not of the age range that we're trying to kind of focus on. So there was places like Leakey's Bookshop, which I should personally maybe thought about going there. The Aquadome, but again, you have to think about if there's other people in there, health and safety things. So a lot didn't get included, but from what I did kind of put in my video, it got a really good response, and I was really happy to see that. Really, really happy.
And it's been shared by some very important people.
I know. It was Alana from Cash for Kids messaged me saying that her friend had shared it, and I was like, all right, that's nice. And then I realised that her friend was Helen Carmichael, the provost of Inverness. And I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Oh, wow.
The provost of Inverness. Do you know, you should get the freedom of the city, Grace. I think that's...
Well, I think you're right.
I can see you with a big key.
Could you imagine? I think I'm the last person they want to give that to.
Well, actually, I've got a better suggestion for you because you've still got time to put your name forward for the council elections. And with this kind of popularity behind you, you know, you could be a councillor, you could be a Highland councillor.
Wow, I don't think my mum ever expects that from me. When I was a wee girl, she would never think, one day she'll be a councillor. Yeah.
Well, there's some strange people become politicians.
Thanks, Jeff. Cheers.
Anyway, so it's absolutely brilliant. Thing I noticed you missed out, the university.
Mm-hmm. The one thing about the university, I think perhaps going forward perhaps it would be a good video to have on its own, because a lot of people, I don't know about yourselves, but down in the Central Belt, they look at the Highlands and they think there's nothing here. Like, what could you possibly do? Maybe even people that live here, they think, well, we'll go to university somewhere else. But the UHI definitely has like so much to offer. And we really do, as something I said in my video, was have everything at our doorstep. We really are like such an evolving area, and I started to think like, what do I need? What have I got here? And you have so much stuff that you need just literally steps away from you. So I was quite happy to spread the message of how amazing Inverness is, and it was so good to see so many people commenting nice things. I expected to see trolls or people going against my views, but I literally think maybe that's 2% of the people that watched it.
Ah, that's good. And you're not originally from Inverness, are you?
No, my heart's from Campbelltown. That's where I'm from. But I've been here 6 years now. And I remember the day I got here and I was like, oh, well, I'll only be here for like a year or two. And then roll on 6 years later, I honestly don't have any plans to be moving anywhere. So I love it. I've got weirdly attached to it. People here are really, really, really friendly. And I've lived across Scotland in many different places. And Inverness is probably the safest place I feel like I've lived. I feel completely and utterly safe to go about my business every day and not have to have any worries.
Yeah, it's great for that, isn't it? It's small enough to feel safe and big enough to not get too bored.
100%, yeah.
Of course, you, of the three of us, Nicola, you're the only kind of native born
and bred Invernessian. Should I apologise? No.
No, but I mean, I'm sure you've travelled. I mean, I know you think like going to Dingwall is like going overseas.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's my abroad trip.
But do you take it for granted?
I don't think so. I mean, it's hard to tell, isn't it? But I love Inverness. I love it. I like going to, for weekends away and stuff to bigger cities, but it just makes me think, no, Inverness is home. It's I love the size of it. I love the people. I do genuinely think we're, a friendly, kind-hearted bunch of people that are just sort of, not too inquisitive or nosy, but they are present enough to look out for each other. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. I mean, I love it, but often I find people, I don't know if you find this, Grace, but people don't quite believe it when you tell them that you love Inverness, you know.
I
And
know.
I came here as a student on a work placement in my 20s and fell in love with it right away. And whenever I was away for other jobs, I was always trying to get back, you know. And I remember sitting in a pub in Glasgow with friends, and that discussion that people have, what would you do if you won the lottery? And people said, oh, I'd buy a yacht, or they'd go to the Caribbean. And I said, I'd move to Inverness. And you should have seen the reaction I got, you know. But I just think it is just a gem of a place to live. It's not too big, but it's bigger than it was. And we do have, as Grace has pointed out, all these facilities. But the other thing I wanted to pick up on, Grace, is you mentioned just briefly in your narration, and we all look after each other. And certainly now that I'm working in the charity sector, I've discovered so much of what happens in Inverness relies on the kindness of people to volunteer their time and to look after each other. Is that something you've found?
Oh, 100%. From like your charity to like sort of the hospice, the Cash for Kids. If there's something local that's going on, it's like a team effort for whatever the charity sector is, and everybody puts their oar in, sticks together, and makes it more of like a big thing for a team to be doing. So you might not know the person that you're working with from Adam, or somebody might be charity raising that you've never met before, but because they're doing it for a local thing, it's something that they really do like getting behind. So I definitely think up here in the Highlands, when it comes to charity, like we really make it our own.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you're doing something quite special quite soon. Is that for charity? It's something that's going to bring you, something that's going to bring you down to earth with a bump, I think.
I don't know why I'm doing it. It seems such a crazy thing for me to do. But I'm skydiving on the 9th of April for Cash for Kids. And it just started off as I was going to be interviewing somebody that was skydiving. Before you know it, I'm just chatting away. And I say, oh, I've never skydived. And then I got invited to do it as well for the charity. And now it's actually happening. And I kept thinking it's just lying down. It's lying down, but in the air. And as soon as we get to the 9th of April, I think I'm going to be feeling very different.
Yeah, I don't think you'll just feel like, oh, it's okay, I'm just lying down when you're just about to skydive.
Yes, I'll be absolutely bricking it, but all for a good cause. And the fact that I'm doing it, a lot of people are quite surprised. So they're like, they're going to donate towards the charity, which is obviously amazing. But once in a lifetime thing, I think. I don't know if I'll be rushing to do it again. We'll see how I feel after.
Well, you might get a taste for it.
Have you ever skydived, Jeff?
I'm not good with heights.
Are you not?
No, I'm not good with heights. Not even step ladders. I'm not good with heights, you know. And I'm not good with turbulence on planes.
Okay.
No.
I don't think we should start talking about that fear when Grace is just preparing to do it.
I mean, the survival rate is quite good for skydiving, I think.
Oh, you're horrible.
Stop it!
It's reasonable. It's reasonably. Anyway, well, lots of luck with that. Now, are you a book lover, Grace? Are you a book lover? Are you a big reader?
I do read mostly like biographies or autobiographies. I have enjoyed many books about radio, your books being two of them. We pluggy plug. But yes, from a young age,
I did not prompt her to
mention
the red light zone by Jessica.
Yeah.
Follow up.
Yeah.
Now, what I was going to say, Grace, is we've got this book club, the Cheery Book Club. We'd love you to pop in every now and again, but I would love you to be our honorary member. Would you love to be our honorary member of our Cheery Book Club? You're cheery enough.
I was going to say, with the name like Cheery Book Club, then of course, yes, I would love to. One of my 30 before I was 30 was to read some more, so I'm continuing that. So I would 100% love to be an honorary member. So thank you very much for asking.
And if you ever manage to come along, there is wine.
Yes.
Well, there is wine for
yes.
tonight. And all you have to do in return is just plug us on the radio, and that's all. It's payola.
For you guys.
No such thing as a free glass of wine.
Anything.
Grace, thank you very much for speaking to us.
Thanks so much.
The video from BBC Social about the delights of Inverness is still live and kicking and up there. We've shared it on our Facebook site, Partnerships for Wellbeing, as well, if you want to see it there. And you're raising the money for Cash for Kids. And when is that again, that skydive?
So that skydive is the 9th of April at 8 a.m. in the morning. So the money that I raise will stay local as well. So absolutely buzzing for it. We'll see if I get a taste for it, like you said. And thank you very much for having me on your podcast.
Not at all.
Thanks for coming on. Good luck with the skydive.
And that's it from us for this edition of Ways to Wellbeing. Now, last time when we were saying goodbye, we kind of made a dog's dinner. You know. So let's get
you were not
right.
clear in your direction, Jeff. It's not my fault.
Let's get this right. So, now, what are you going to say?
Bye for now.
See, I don't think you should say that
Why not?
because the next time we do this, it'll be on video. So we should probably say, see you soon.
Yeah.
Right, shall we go for that?
See you soon.
Right, after 3. 3, 2, 1.
See you soon.
Bye.
Oh, Jeff.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Partnerships for Wellbeing is a registered charity. If you want to find out more about our services, go to p4w.org.uk.